Alright you guys, good morning you guys, hopefully everyone is doing well. So make sure to write down today's title, so graphing lines in slope-intercept form. Make sure to write down your learning targets, 2A and 2B. Remember these learning targets are to be found in your the learning targets table that I've given you guys, and then make sure that you're writing down this definition here. Okay, I'll go ahead and give you a moment and then go from there. Okay, so today we're going to learn about graphing lines in slope-intercept form. So today is going to be the very first time that we graph lines using the different forms. So previously we would graph lines by plotting points, so just like, testing out values and everything. But today we're going to pretty much learn the shortcut to be able to do that without having to really like plot, be able to like plug in and everything. Okay, so a linear equation is written in the form y equals mx plus b is in slope-intercept form. So whenever you see an equation that looks like this, like mx plus b, then you know it's slope-intercept form. Okay? And your n, the n value right here, that's always going to be your slope. And if you can recall, your n is always rise over run. Okay, so just to keep that in mind. And then your b is your y-intercept. So what exactly is the y-intercept? This point right here. So if you take a look at it, this point is where it crosses the y-axis. So this right here is your y-intercept. So whenever you think of a point that crosses the y-axis, that's your y-intercept right there. Okay? And then your b is just the slope. So for example, say I picked say I picked like a point right here or something like that. Then what would happen is, to get from here to here, you would have to go down. So this would be your rise. Sorry, let me write that differently here. Your rise. And then this right here would be your run. So your run. Okay? So just keep that in mind. You're gonna be doing rise over run as we do these equations right here. So remember, that's your y-intercept, and then your slope is how the line is moving and everything. Okay? I'll give you a moment to write that down, then we'll continue. Alright. Now go ahead and write down example number 1. So make sure you draw your graphs. Make sure to do these tally marks as well. I'm gonna go ahead and give you a moment, and then we'll go from there and then pause. Okay. Alright, so they want us to graph y equals negative 3x plus 2. Okay, so first, before we do that, I'm gonna start labeling things. So this right here is your slope. So your slope equals to negative 3. This right here is your y-intercept. And your y-intercept, you guys, is gonna be, for your y-intercept, the x is always 0, and then your y-intercept is this value right here, so 0, 2. Okay? Then we'll go from there. Now, here's what I recommend. So first, I'm going to just highlight again my y-intercept right here. So it's plus 2, so make sure you highlight that sign right there. First, I highlight my y-axis. So I highlight my y-axis. Why do I do that? Just to kind of like, to be able to figure out where to graph my y-intercept. So now let's go ahead and graph our y-intercept. Where's my y-intercept? My y-intercept is 0, 2. So you got to find where your 2 is. Where's your 2? Do you have to go up 2 or down 2? Well, it is positive, right? So you have to go up 2. So I'm going to go 1, 2. So right here, that's your y-intercept. So again, y-intercept. And I'll abbreviate it. Just when you see y-in, that's what I'm thinking of. That's the y-intercept right there. Then from there, your slope is negative 3. But remember, your slope, so I'm going to write this right here, slope is rise over run. Which means that you got to have it as a fraction. So whenever you have your negative 3, you guys, or when you just have a whole number, put in over 1. And then we're going to go from there. So we're going to go down 3 and then right 1. Okay, so remember, we have a negative 3. So therefore, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to jump down 3. So go 1, 2, and then 3. So then minus 3. And then, that's your rise. Again, where did I get my rise? That's from the top number right there. Now I gotta do my run. My run is 1. But think about it. You're going positive 1, right? So are you going to go to the left or to the right? You have to go to the right. So then I'm going to go like that, and then plus 1. And then you draw a point right there. Okay? Then I'm going to do the same thing. So keep doing it to all the points. So now I'm going to go like this. Going to go down 3. So 1, 2, 3. And then you have to go right 1. So right 1. So again, minus 3. And then plus 1. And then there's my other point. And then What if I want to go the opposite way? So I could go up 3 and then left 1. Okay, so draw as many points as you can, you guys. I tell you guys to plot all the points that you can, and then from there you get your ruler and then you just draw a line through these points, and there you go. That's the graph that you want. Okay, so these problems, it's all about plotting your y-intercept and then counting your steps. So you're gonna go, so whatever it tells you, you rise, you go up or down, and then you run, you go left or right, and you just plot points like that. But you always start here at your y-intercept. Okay, let's go ahead and do another example. So now again, so right here we have y equals 3/4 x minus 5. So what's my slope, you guys? It's negative 3/4. What's my b? Remember, your b is this value right here. Now you might think, Mr. Rubio, is my b gonna be 5? Well, take a look at it. We have a negative right here, so therefore your value must be negative 5. So think about this. Whenever you're doing your y-intercept, you guys, always look at the sign in the front. So if it's a positive, it's gonna be positive. If it's negative, it's gonna be negative. Okay. So now, again, take out your highlighter and go ahead and highlight your y-axis. So highlight always the y-axis. Then from there, I'm gonna figure out, okay, where's my negative 5? So if it's negative 5, should I go up 5 or down 5? Well, hopefully your answer to that is down 5, because that's negative. So I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. So right here, that's my y-intercept. Okay. And again, I can't emphasize it enough. Your y-intercept is the point that crosses the y-axis. And then from there, now we get to do the slope. So your slope is 3/4. I don't know why I put a negative right there. It should be like that. So that means that I'm gonna go up 3 and right 4. So I'm gonna go 1, 2, and then 3. So positive 3. And then I'm gonna go right 4. 1, 2, 3, and then 4. Positive 4. And then, as you can notice, like, if I keep doing that, I'm gonna keep like counting all the way out there. So with these 2 points, that suffices. So try to fit in the graph, you guys. I want you guys to get in the habit of drawing as many lines as you can that cross the graph. And there you go. That's your answer right there. That's exactly how you would find the line. Okay? I'll give you a moment to write that down, and we'll continue. Okay, go ahead and write down C and D, and I'll continue from there. Alright, so now our graph is y equals to 2x. So first, let's determine our slope. Our slope is 2, right? So your slope is 2. My b is, wait a minute, we don't see anything right here. We don't see a plus b or anything like that. So you might be thinking, Mr. Ruby, we don't have a y-intercept. Well, is that really true? Well, let's think about it. If you don't have anything, so you can't add a number, right? Can't we just assume that if there's nothing right there, you could just say plus 0? Mr. Ruby, where'd you get that from? Remember, when you add anything plus 0 is that same number. So 2x plus 0 is just 2x. So can't we say that's our y-intercept? Yes. So that's our y-intercept right there. So your y-intercept is 0. And so we go from there. Now, again, go ahead and highlight your y-axis. Okay? And also another thing before we go on, our slope is 2. So remember, when we talk about slopes, we want to think about rise over run. So then I have to make this into a fraction. So you might be thinking, Mr. Rubio, how could you make that into a fraction? Well, 2 divided by 1, isn't that the same thing as 2? Yeah, so therefore you could just say 2 divided by 1. Okay, so put that 2 divided by 1. Then I'm going to go ahead and find my y-intercept. So my y-intercept is 0. So could I go up? No. Could I go down? No. So where's my y-intercept? Your y-intercept is right here in the origin. Again, I'm abbreviated like that. And then we go from there. So now we do our slope. Our slope is 2 over 1. So you have to go up 2 and then right 1. Then we go again up 2 and then right 1. So remember, put positive 2 and then positive 1. Then we do another point. Okay? And then again we go up 2, which will be like somewhere over here, and then right 1. And so now Now we have the graph. Or we could go the opposite. So instead of going up 2, we go down 2, and then not right 1, we go left 1. Down 2, and then left 1. And so again, you take out your ruler, draw the line through these points, and there you go. That's the line that you want right there. Easy as that. Okay? We'll go ahead and continue, and we'll go from there. Alright, go ahead and write down example number 2. So just write down A. Just like in the last one, you don't write down D. So just write down this one, don't worry about this one right here. Okay, I'll give you a moment just to write down this problem right here, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so now we're going to graph 2x minus 3y equals to 15. So now you may be wondering, oh, can we start graphing on Mr. Rubio? Well, first, the graph must be in for you to graph, it must be in slope-intercept form. So it has to be in slope-intercept form, which means that it should look as y equals to mx plus b. Is that y equals mx plus b, guys? No. So therefore, I'm going to solve for y. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and solve for y. So first, this is going to be a little bit of algebra. So first, you want the y by itself. So I'm going to go ahead and subtract 2x. Okay? And do that to both sides. And then we'll go from there. Now, here's what we have. We have negative 3y equals to negative 2x. Remember, since an x and a 15 don't combine together, we can put plus 15. Okay? Then from there, I'm going to go ahead and divide by negative 3 to both sides. Divide by negative 3 to both sides. Divide by negative 3 to both sides. And then we continue. Y equals 2. Negative divided by negative, that's positive. So we have 2 over 3 x. So I'm going to put the x on the outside. And then 15 divided by negative 3. Remember, 15 divided by 3 is 5. But since positive divided by negative, then that becomes negative. And so therefore, here's the equation that you want. Okay? So you're just solving for y. Okay, so there's a little procedure. So again, I move the x's to the other side because you want the y by itself. Then again, divide by negative 3 to both sides. And once you simplify it, you get a negative 5. Okay. Now let's continue from there. So first, what's my slope? My slope is 2/3. What's your y-intercept? Your y-intercept is negative 5. Why is it negative 5? Because remember, you always got to include the negative right there in the front. Now we continue. Okay, so highlight your y-axis. Remember, highlight your y-axis. Highlight your y-axis, and then from there, we'll start plotting. So first, negative 5. So it has to go up 5 or down 5? You have to go down 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's your first point right there. Okay, I'll make a big point right there. So remember, your y-intercept. Okay? Then we do the slope. Your slope, you have to go up 2. So I'm going to go jump 2. And then right 3. So 1, 2, and then 3. Okay? Then again, I could do the same thing. So go up 2, and then right 3. And so, you have those points. Again, you can't fit any more in the graph, so I'm just going to go ahead and draw it. And so therefore, this line right here is y equals to 2/3 x minus 5. And there you go. Again, when you're graphing, plot your y-intercept first. That's the first thing you should do, plot your y-intercept. And then, count your slopes, just like you did. So your slope was 2/3, you go up 2, right 3. Up 2, right 3. Up 2, right 3. Up 2, right 3. You just keep plotting points and then you just slash. You just draw a line through it. And that's it. Alright, you guys. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and give you guys time to work on your homework assignments now. So with that being said, ask all the questions that you guys need. I'll be more than happy to help you guys, and have a great day.